Hey folks, Dave Brennan here. I'm going over playfield glass today. I just picked up a handful of sheets of playfield glass, and not all of them are created equal. These are actually seconds, meaning that they could have minor scratches, sharp edges, or it might have an etching from the manufacturer on it. Anyway, these actually have fairly sharp edges when you go to pick them up. So nicer glass, you'll see that they might have a beveled edge to them, which the point of that is when you're sliding your playfield glass out, that when you're picking it up by the edges, you're not slicing your hand. So since these did not come with a beveled edge, I'm going to show you how to do that. So I got a good enough deal on this glass that I might as well take the chance in doing it. So really all I'm going to use is some sandpaper and this orbital sander. If you don't have one, a sanding block will work. I'm going to start with 220. So let me see here. I just got a multi-pack of these. There we go. 220. Unwrap this. And I'll show you a close-up of the edge here shortly. Peel this off. So fresh sheet. Line up my holes here. Good enough. All right. Alright, as you can see, the edge is not beveled, so it's got a bit of a sharp side to it. So if you were to run your hand along this fast, you could end up cutting your hand. So if the glass isn't beveled, that's the risk. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to position this camera here so you can see. So, as I said, you can take a sanding block and just go at a 45-degree angle and sand the edge like this. Or, a faster way of doing it is taking the orbital sander with some 220 on it, and you want to put it on a slower speed. So we turn this down. So I'll just put it to the slowest to start, and then increase it from there. So here I'm at about a 3 on this. It's kind of still pretty slow. And increase that to a 4. Oh, a little bit of safety. You are sanding glass, so this is going to make some dust. So make sure you put on a dust mask. All right. That's much better. Zoom in a little bit. So here you can see that I can run my finger along here and I'm not going to get cut. So I'm going to go across or go along the entire edge of this side of the glass, and then I'll flip it over and do the other side. But I think it's going to be important to not have the speed of your sander too high, because at some point you're going to reach the resonant frequency of the glass and you could risk shattering it. So keep the speed low and take your time and sand the edge. Okay, here I wanted you to see a close-up of the beveled edge. I didn't go too crazy with it, but really just enough that when you run your finger along it, it's nice and smooth. I did that for both sides. So, and I also did the corners here. So make sure that you get these corners, because that can also be a sharp edge too. So just run your sander on that too, round it off. All right, now lastly, I just want to talk about cleaning your glass. Obviously, you can use my favorite is to use an ammonia-free glass cleaner. I find that it works a little bit better than the ammonia kind. But another thing that I like to use is steel wool. This is good for getting off like sticky residue or anything that is not glass, and it does not scratch. And for an example, this is permanent marker. I like to mark on my new sheets of glass, but you can take it off really quick with some steel wool. So, and once you're done with this, this is really good for getting off any of the impurities and things. And then I'll go back through and spray it with some glass cleaner, and that makes it really nice and clean. Another tip for cleaning glass is I like to use 2 rags, but you can just use the same one. Just remember this is the wet side, and then you have the dry side. So clean it off and then flip it over and just dry it with the other side, and you'll have a nice crystal clear glass. So you just got to do that on both sides, and then when you're handling it, now that you've sanded the edges, you'll hold on to it on the sides so you don't put fingerprints all over it. Thanks again for joining me on another tech tip video. We'll catch you next time.